Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share a full pencil process drawing of an OG character I created called Silas Kane. But as I draw, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind. Storytelling in art. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and thank you so much for joining me. Firstly, I need to apologize. I changed my art table, and during the setup I did not realize my camera setups and lights had washed out some of the earlier footage, so it may be difficult to catch some of the sketching, but it does get better and you won't regret it if you stuck around. So, who is Silas Kane, the cowboy that I'm drawing? Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a storyteller in the traditional sense. I don't sit down and write novels or scripts. In fact, I see words quite differently. I see pictures in them. So when I'm sketching, I think of each piece as a single still frame from a larger story. The way I tell stories isn't with paragraphs and punctuation. It's through brushstrokes, color, texture, or in this case, just a pencil and an eraser. Those are my weapons of choice for today. To make a real connection with you, I have to start by living in that world imaginatively, creating the world before you ever see it. The first sketch marks on the page, to most people, they're just guidelines, circles, lines, rhythms, the foundation of a face, recognizable, practical. That's the reality. But in this world, those marks are so much more. They're canyons, prairies, sandstorms, saloons, cattle drives, love, loss, and betrayal. Every line I put down, I think about the bigger unseen world it belongs to. The backstory and the world have been built. The foundations are set. But the question remains, who is this man? That's the cool part of this form of storytelling. As I keep shaping the form of his face, slowly carving his features out of shadows and lines, the character begins to reveal himself. Some artists are very specific. They want you to see exactly what they see. There's no room for imagination, no room to wander. And that's valid. It's one way of storytelling, and it works. But for me, I like to lean toward being more suggestive. I'll show you a clear enough picture, and I'll explain my thought process and goals for that image. But I also want to leave space for you, space for your own ideas, your own experiences, to meet the image halfway. That scar across his cheek, what does it mean? Was it earned in a bar fight on a battlefield? Maybe it isn't a scar at all. Maybe it's just a shadow you choose to see as something more. That's the beauty of art. We're not just building a man on paper. We're building a mirror. And what you see in him often says as much about you as it does about the drawing. So as his wrinkles deepen and his beard grows more defined, don't just look at the pencil lines. Look at the story forming in your own mind. Because the man you see might be the same man that I'm drawing. Every good story needs tension. So, we don't know if Silas is running from his past or walking toward redemption. That uncertainty, the stakes, is what makes us lean in. Nothing is being spelled out. Everything is only hinted at. And you, the viewer, I'm inviting you to carry it further. As an artist, this is where the work of the face begins to suggest my own story. Every line, every shadow, every subtle contour becomes a narrative tool. I redefine the shadows, I nudge the lines, and I tease out the depth of expression. The paper itself becomes a partner in this process. Its texture, the way it accepts the pencils, and how it responds to smudging and lifting. I I rely on my trusty cotton swab to build value, and the kneaded eraser becomes a chisel, carving away to let light through. Each mark is deliberate, a small story beat in itself. The techniques, the push and pull of graphite, the layering, the corrections, becomes the gunslinger's arsenal. This is where stakes meet skill. The uncertainty of Silas's path mirrors the careful tension of the drawing itself, where each choice, each subtle shift, keeps the viewer engaged and guessing. As visual storytellers, we don't always need to spell it all out. A single image can carry an entire story. And the resolution? It's different for every viewer. You see what you want to see. Now, is that the case for all of my drawings? Absolutely not. Some pieces are all about curiosity, practice, technique, studying anatomy, lighting, texture, and mastering control over pencil, brush, or pen. It's in those moments that the work becomes training, a quiet conversation between my hand and my mind. But when I let myself wander into random worlds, characters, or stories, original or borrowed, that's when the tools, the pencil, the brushes, the lines become storytellers themselves. And then, to hear someone else's interpretation of what they see, that's the real reward. So, looking at this drawing of a grizzled old cowboy, who do you think Silas Kane is? What do you think he's about to do? And what do you think he's capable of? And there he is, Silas Kane, the gunslinger with a steady hand, the prospector with an eye for opportunity, the shop owner who says very little but knows everything. This portrait was an absolute blast to create. I had so much fun diving into every detail, and honestly, getting lost in the process like that reminded me why I love drawing so much. But now it's time for me to let you in on a little secret and the truth about Silas Kane. A few videos back, I completed my latest sketchbook, and in it, I chose to draw my experience as an aged Native American elder. This drawing, it's simply an extension, a continuing thought, and a reflection built on that last image. Additionally, I drew him on my 46th birthday. He's me. A reflection of my journey as an artist. The years, the struggle, the persistence, the grit. Some will look at this drawing and they'll see menace in Silas's eyes. Others will see wisdom. But at the end of the day, he's just me. Still here and still creating. So now, I ask you, what story do you see in Silas Kane? And what story are you telling through your own art? Thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed this journey into art and storytelling, hit that like button and consider subscribing. It's Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. Until the next one, have an amazing journey. God bless you, and always enjoy you later. Bye-bye.